the Golden Girls. Won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Silent Night.
Deadly Night.
All's not calm.
Oh, man. Punished.
It's like a video game.
Favorite part of the whole movie was him just in the same tone every time.
Punished.
Punished.
Finish
Oh,
him.
my God. You know what's funny is I thought that I had seen this movie, and if I had, I don't remember any of it.
I have.
Yeah.
I did not remember any of it because it's probably been 30 years since I've seen this movie.
Yeah.
But I have to say, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I thought it really was going to be the worst of the bunch of this month, and I was wrong.
Well, I mean, comparatively, yes, because Christmas Evil was a gem of a discovery.
That was such a good discovery.
And Black Christmas was a really good
Black Christmas is just a great movie. Yeah.
Well, I think the difference with those two films and this film really comes down probably to the director.
Well, yes.
Which we'll get into. But,
and it's in the fact that this was... we talked about it yesterday. We were watching the movie, and it was like... It's like, wow, Silent Night, Deadly Night's like Christmas Evil, but you take away all the meaning.
Well, it's because... We were also talking about how each movie was kind of indicative of the time.
Yeah.
Like, Black Christmas was, early mid-'70s, which was 75. There's a documentary coming out about 1975.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much of an influential year that was in the United States. Wow. So it was, people were more socially conscious. And we were, feminism was burgeoning. And, all sorts of burgeoning. Mansplaining. But you know what I mean. There was a lot more.
There was more social movements, and there was people were discovering these things that like society doesn't have to be like this. We can change it.
And Christmas Evil is just an enigma, man.
It is. It is a fascinating character study.
Oh my God, and done so well.
Very well.
So well.
Very well.
But just like the 80s, and we talk about it all the time, the rah-rah Reagan 80s, the soulless 80s.
Take away all the depth.
Yeah, it's just all style, no... That's basically the 80s. All style, no substance.
Yeah.
Oh, I really sound like I'm in a DJ all of a sudden. No style, is it? But regardless, the movie was fun.
Yeah, it was. The acting was pretty good.
It was pretty... Well, yeah.
Some of the dialogue was pretty terrible.
Lilyan Chauvin is always great.
Yeah, she's so mean in this.
She's so mean. And the kid was really good. The kids were really good. Like,
I love that
especially the baby.
They had to have multiple people playing over three age ranges. It was just like, all right.
We're back to Billy. Billy is again the protagonist antagonist.
Yeah. Always Billy. Never name your kids Billy.
No. And orphan Billies seem to be the problem.
Yeah.
Although,
technically with Black Christmas, we don't really know. I mean, we don't know the backstory.
Well, we can kind of hint that he killed his parents and something with the sister. And,
yeah.
I'm saying he might be a induced orphan, possibly. Speaking of, and this is a horrible transition.
Wow. Okay.
Horrible transition.
It's always a good way to start.
I just want to say that we lost two really great Gen X icons recently. Rob Reiner, who is one of the voices of our generation. Amazing Stand By
career.
Me, When Harry Met Sally, Spinal Tap.
Few Good Men. Just so many amazing movies.
He helped define our childhoods and our generations. And he and his wife, Michelle, who was an equally accomplished artist, a producer, When Harry Met Sally, would not have been the same movie without her.
Right.
An amazing photographer. Senseless, tragic death.
Very, very awful.
And our heart goes out to their family. And I also want to mention one of my favorite Gen X, to me, icons, Gil Gerard, who was...
Gil Gerard.
Buck Rogers, baby.
Oh, I love Gil Gerard. He was so good in Buck Rogers.
Beady. I'm sad.
He was so good.
So good. Listen to our Buck Rogers show. It's one of our two immersive shows.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
It's a really fun show.
It's very different from what we usually do. And it'll if you're a constant listener to the show, it's the origin of Colonel Will Medarian coming to visit us occasionally. But I thought... we needed to mention that.
Yes. Both of them were
Rest in
huge
peace.
losses. It's very sad.
Very, very sad. Especially, around Christmas. Holidays will never be the same for these families.
No.
I mean, Gil Gerard, of course, he was older and it was natural, but still.
It's rough. It's rough around the holidays.
Very rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to fun.
Anyway, back to murdering people on Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. I could not believe how it's weird because you were talking about the Mother Superior, Lilyan Chauvin.
Yeah.
And how she was just so wrong in everything she did in regards to children.
It was the most accurate part of the movie.
Well, this is the weird thing, is that it was like, it seemed like you could be theoretically writing her as two-dimensional.
Right.
But it was very accurate.
Well, I can attest personally.
Yeah.
I had my own Mother Superior with Sister Anne.
Yeah.
Who was one of the cruelest,
most
evil women I've ever met.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some of the cruelest, most evil women that I've ever met are nuns.
Yeah.
And men are priests.
My principal of my Catholic elementary school, Sister Marie, she was feared by everyone. Feared. It's like, you're supposed to be closer to God.
Well, you gotta put that sexual repression somewhere, Adam, and it comes to beating children.
I just love the fact that this movie is literally could have been avoided if they had just known what PTSD was.
Yes, and one of them did.
That's true.
Sister Margaret, is that?
I think so. Gilmer.
Yeah. Gilmer McCormick, right?
Gilmer McCormick. Yeah.
Sister Margaret was right on the ball,
she
baby.
was all about it, trying to help those kids.
If she wasn't so afraid of the Mother Superior and the church, we could have avoided all of this.
All of it. No, but you know what? When somebody is scared of something, you tie them to a bed.
Well, it's the 80s. And,
Oh, it's the Catholic Church.
Yeah, well, talk about, Uber walk it off, and I'll give you something to cry about. There was no...
Literally watched his parents get murdered in front of him.
By Santa Claus.
So,
sit on his lap.
Gee,
sit on his lap.
I wonder why he has issues.
I don't know. It's all coincidence.
He's fine.
Oh my God, that poor... And the kids were really good. Billy was good.
Yeah, young Billy was really good.
The young Hank, what was his brother's name?
Nicky. No, Ricky. Sorry, not Nicky. Ricky.
Young Ricky was good. The baby was good.
Yeah, but the three kids that played kids. I mean, one of them was in his 20s. Yeah. But they all three that played Billy were really good.
Yeah. No. Well, and also I really like the fact that they made Billy look like the all-American kid.
Oh, my God.
Big, blonde, good-looking.
I just love Mr. Sims. He's in the toy store, and he's like, no, I don't need any kids. He looks over, and he's like, oh, look at that guy. And it's just the panning shot up, and it's like, oh, my God, Billy got muscles.
Billy looks good.
It's like, I need Billy around here to move some boxes.
Yeah. Boxes in my pants.
Also, do want to point out, it was amazing how incredibly strong he was. Like, psycho strength is really impressive because he held a guy up by essentially a Christmas light noose and held him by one hand. Yeah. At least a foot off the floor.
Yeah, he got his creatine and he was doing his reps.
He was you know what? Well, psychopathy is a good adrenaline boost.
But was it deep? No. But was it fun? Yeah.
It was very entertaining.
And the controversy around it is so silly because, in terms of slasher movies, this one's kind of tame, It wasn't...
Yeah. I mean, there was more boobs in it than anything else.
Yeah, but that's par for the course, man.
No, I know, but it's just funny that they were upset about Santa Claus holding an axe when there was just boobs and a guy a cop shooting a priest to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad.
That was rough to watch.
But what's so funny is, there's been 40,000 Santa killer movies since then, and nobody gives a crap. It's just, we had some sense of morality back then, or some sense of look, I get... I remember the controversy, okay?
Yeah,
and I do understand if it's family time, like prime time, where kids are watching Happy Days... And this commercial comes on.
I mean, technically, rated R horror slasher movies shouldn't be advertised at that time anyway.
But definitely
regardless of the material.
But yeah, kids. I remember. This is the one thing I remember the most about this movie was the Quote's controversy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because, people were losing their effing minds. And that's the only part I really agree with is, if kids are watching TV, you don't need to show the commercial for this. No. They're not the audience for it.
Your 5-year-old's not going to go, oh, I need to go see that Silent Night, Deadly Night, Mom.
Finally, a movie where Santa Claus kills everybody. My Christmas wish is true.
Oh, my God.
And my name is Billy, too.
Yeah. Maybe you should go to therapy, little Billy.
Walk it off, Billy. It's 1984. But yeah, no, I get that part, but the rest of it is just silly. A movie is a movie. You know what I mean?
It's one of those weird things where, like, society came together to deride this movie and condemn this movie. And it's I don't remember if I put it in, but the group that got together tried to make it into a bigger movement,
right?
And it failed.
Sure.
Like as soon as the movie got pulled, it fell apart.
Yeah, because what else do you need? What are you going to string up the filmmakers?
Oh no, they wanted to have this kind of critique of all the horror movies and the violent movies coming out.
Well, exactly. I mean, because these protests or these situations are little cracks into the doorway of censorship and cracks into an agenda that is bigger than, hey, I don't want my kid to see Santa Claus holding a bloody axe.
Which the majority of people do not support.
Right.
Which is why these movements fall apart.
Exactly. Because it gets away from the core idea. And it's like, well, what about the gays?
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
But all controversy and everything aside, it's still a pretty fun, goofy movie.
It was. I was fully expecting this to be really bad. Yeah. And it was entertaining. It was very entertaining.
I did catch a clip of it because I've been watching clips of different Christmas horror movies on YouTube, get ready for the old stepdad show.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll watch a clip of this just to see what we're getting into.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the first Toy Store scene, when he comes in, and it's like, and I was like, okay, I forgot that Britt Leach was in it, and I love him.
Oh, he's so good.
And so I'm like, okay, I think this isn't going to be too bad. And then I started remembering a little bit about the nuns and the things, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to watch this again.
Yeah. It was fun. It's on Shudder right now. I recommend it. It's really fun. It is a very good Christmas horror movie.
Yes, all three of these movies pair perfectly together.
Yeah, it would be a very fun horror-filled night.
Yes, murderous Santas.
I'm still really. Maybe this is me getting older and getting prudish, but maybe I just haven't seen a lot of nudity in movies as of late. But I was really surprised by how much nudity there was in this movie.
Well, it was a different time, man. I mean, everything was boobs a-popping back then.
I mean, yeah. It sells, obviously.
Yeah. There was no reason to pull the mother's top open.
No.
There was no reason for any of it, but that's what it was back then. Back then, nudity was just par for the course. We weren't as prudish as we are now, I think. And I think...
Yeah.
And I also, it's like, it doesn't seem as necessary, I guess, anymore.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. I don't think we're less prudish. I think we've realized that we don't need to have just a bunch of boobs flying around to sell stuff anymore.
Well, but back then, baby.
It was laziness, and it works.
Hey, man, I was in prime boob time back then, so tell me. I loved it. I was very happy.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Any chance to see boobies. We didn't have the internet. All we had was... magazines and HBO.
Hopefully, Revenge of the Nerds is on later, so I can see a bunch of boobs flopping around.
Porky's.
Yeah.
Or, hey, and if you didn't have HBO, it was PBS. It was either Benny Hill or
all those boobs in Benny Hill, man.
There was a lot of boobs in Benny Hill. You'd be surprised, man. And Monty Python, too.
Monty Python. Oh, that's true.
That's where I got my... That's where I got my upper crust boobies. Was watching PBS. Those were my educational boobs.
Yes, right, educational.
I'm watching educational boobs, Mom.
Lord.
Well, we were gross back then. Yep. That's for sure. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Take yourself back to 1984.
Ooh, double speak.
Oh, yeah, that is 1984. That's correct, yes. October 12th, during filming for the 7th episode of the series Cover Up, a scene is shot that calls for Mac Harper, played by John Eric Hexum, to load bullets into a .44 Magnum handgun. Hexum is provided with a functional gun and blanks. The scene does not play as the director wanted it to in the master shot, causing a delay in filming. So during the delay, Hexum begins playing around to lighten the mood. Unloading all but one blank round, Hexum spins the gun in simulating Russian roulette, puts the revolver to his right temple, and pulls the trigger, apparently unaware that at a close enough range, the exploding powder gases force the paper wadding in the blank with enough blunt force trauma to shatter a quarter-sized piece of his skull and propel the pieces into his brain, causing massive hemorrhaging. Hexum is rushed to Beverly Hills Medical Center, undergoes 5 hours of surgery, and 6 days later, on October 18th, he is declared brain dead at the age of 26.
That was insane, man. And it's funny because it's the Mandela effect on this one.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was on Voyagers, that show he did with the kid.
Oh.
It was like him and a kid traveling through time or something. It was a good show.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, yeah.
But I forgot that it was this show, and Jesus, man, when this came out, it was so tragic.
Yeah. It's awful.
And then it happened again.
Yeah.
On The Crow.
Yeah, that was Jason Lee.
Yeah.
It was, that was unfortunate. That was, they had, by that point, like 10 years later, they had better technology when it comes to blanks.
Yeah.
But the paper still, it was close enough that it caused him to essentially have a heart attack.
And then it happened again on Rust with Alec Baldwin. But that was a real bullet.
No, that was a real bullet.
Which is why you having real bullets on set.
They loaded real bullets because they were out in New Mexico. And they were like in between. These idiot gun guys are like, well, I'm going to go shooting in between using the prop guns. Which are not prop guns, they're real guns.
Anyway.
And it's irresponsible.
Super irresponsible, but that was really sad. It just sucks when there's a completely unavoidable accident. You're just goofing around. And look, whomever was the armorer on that should have grabbed the gun out of his hands the minute he started futzing around.
No, once they said we're going to stop, someone should have been there to take the gun.
You don't let them play around with a loaded gun.
Especially a real gun that's shooting blanks.
Yes.
You just don't do that.
I put a lot of blame on the person in charge.
Yeah.
You should have stopped that before it happened.
Yeah. October 23rd, the world learns from BBC News Television reports of the famine in Ethiopia, where thousands of people have already died of starvation due to a famine, and as many as 10 million more lives are at risk.
That was just horrifying, man.
Yeah.
And then we had all the Sally Struthers.
Yeah. Your 95 cents a month can help.
We all ignored that like assholes.
We did. We really did.
And then we just made fun of her for being so passionate about wanting to help kids. We were awful in the 80s and 90s. Awful.
We really were.
What a bunch of cynical sons of bitches. I was part of it, too.
You want to be nice to people?
People are starving. Good Lord, what a bunch of sociopaths.
Yeah. November 6th, Republican President Ronald Reagan defeats Democratic former Vice President Walter F. Mondale with 59% of the popular vote, the highest since Richard Nixon's 61% popular vote victory in 1972. Reagan carries 49 states in the Electoral College. Mondale wins only his home state of Minnesota by a mere 3,761 votes and the District of Columbia.
He was the worst presidential candidate.
Oh, God, yes.
And who was that weird little dude in the tank?
Dukakis.
What are we thinking, man?
That was in 88.
Yeah. I'm just saying. It's like
he's bad.
Ronald Reagan is a movie star. He's very charismatic. He has the
gravitas.
Well, he's got the perception, not real, but the perception of being the tough guy, the macho man. He's just a silly actor.
He plays a cowboy. He's not a cowboy.
Exactly. He also worked with chimps. I think that's why he had. Quail was the other Bush's.
Quail was Bush.
Anyway, look. The candidates we were running back then were just, we were wanted to lose.
I think part of the problem was that Jimmy Carter won in 76.
Yeah.
And he was just this nice guy. And they're like, oh yeah, people want that. And by the end of the Carter era, Reagan was it. And it was like, surprise, the Democratic Party is slow to fix things.
Well, Carter was a much better president than people give him credit for.
Oh, no, he was totally good.
And he also was the one to get the hostages home, but Reagan made a deal to make sure it happened after because he's a piece of shit.
November 9th, Silent Night, Deadly Night is released in theaters. So Silent Night, Deadly Night comes from the mind of Paul Kamey and executive producer Scott J. Schneid. Paul Kamey was a student at Harvard that had submitted a screenplay to William Morris that contained one line about a killer Santa Claus. Scott Schneid was working at the William Morris Agency's training program when he read the script from Kamey and got caught up on the idea of a serial-killing Santa Claus.
There's got to be a serial killer Santa Claus. Oh my God, I got to write this. Ooh, this is my calling. This is what Jesus wants me to do.
Yeah, he became obsessed with developing the project, working evenings and weekends to develop the project.
What are you doing, honey? Get out of there. You got to come to dinner.
No, stop me. I'm working on my opus. I'm working on the thing that's going to change the world.
Yeah, sure.
Recording from his home.
Schneid hired Michael Hickey to write the screenplay.
Hickey?
Yeah. Hickey had recently graduated from New York University, and Schneid managed to raise the $30,000 to pay Hickey to write a spec script, which Hickey titled Sleigh Ride.
I like that title.
I think it's funny. Hickey would get a written by credit, while Paul Kamey would get a based on a story by credit, despite not actually writing a story that the screenplay was based on.
You think? He just ripped off one line from somebody else's screenplay and obsessed over it.
Erroneous reports say that Paul Kamey wrote a book called Sleigh Ride, which was even supported by the director in 1993, but no such book exists.
Liars!
Yeah. For a director, the producers decided to hire the most obvious choice, Charles E. Sellier Jr., who mostly wrote and produced family-friendly, religious-leaning documentaries and had never directed a fiction narrative film before.
Sounds like the perfect guy.
We found the guy!
Yeah.
I don't like blood.
Sellier was born a Cajun Catholic, converted to Mormonism, and then to evangelical Christianity.
Oh, I love the Lord, I guarantee. Oh, hey, ho, ho, ho.
Literally hit up the three major annoying religions.
Well, he went from, least to worst.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's best known for creating and popularizing Grizzly Adams in various media. He wrote a book called The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, published in 1972. He created an independent film called The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, which was released in 1974, starring Dan Haggerty.
Loved that movie. Loved it.
It made over $65 million worldwide from a $140,000 budget.
Yep, I went to it.
Money.
Yeah.
Wow. In 1977, he created the TV show The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, again starring Dan Haggerty.
Loved Dan Haggerty. Loved that show. Grizzly Adams was like a wrongly accused soldier or something, and he disappears.
Yeah, he had to run away. Yeah.
And he finds a little grizzly cub and then raises it to be his best friend.
Right.
Ben or something.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
It was named Ben. I know there was a Ben.
There was a bear named Ben, but I don't know if it was the one from Grizzly Adams.
Well, it had a name. But Grizzly and
right.
It was basically like the Hulk or any of those other series where he just helps people.
He's just wandering around helping people.
Yeah.
It ran for 38 episodes over 2 seasons in 1978 and 1979. The epoch was finished in a 1982 TV movie, The Capture of Grizzly Adams.
We were all just bated breath, baby.
Right, just ready for that final act.
It's horrible, though. They ended it with the Grizzly mauling and killing Grizzly Adams, eating him.
Jeez.
The last shot is just him eating his face. That's why, and then it goes black and you're.
Oh, great. Great. That's, well, this is 1982. Nobody gave a shit anymore.
Well, it was a definitive end to the series.
Yeah, well, that's true. Sellier wrote and produced more than 230 television shows and 30 feature films during his career.
Goodness.
11 of Sellier's feature films are included in the top 100 highest-grossing independent films in history, with 6 of those films ranking in the top 25.
That's crazy.
Because most of them are religious, and people hand over money to churches.
And they don't cost a lot to make.
No. So, Robert Brian Wilson was cast as Billy Chapman at the age of 18.
Punished!
Good old hot Billy Chapman.
Punished!
It was just so... I just could not believe that they did the whole panning up shot. It was like, man, somebody needs to get out of the closet.
I'm Billy. I'm a strong Billy.
Wilson made his feature film debut in Silent Night, Deadly Night. He would parlay this into a series of guest stars on TV shows, making appearances in...
Matt Houston, Search for Tomorrow, Houston Knights, 30-something, Dynasty, Perfect Strangers, Knots Landing, and Jake and the Fat Man.
He'd also make his first TV movie appearance in 1990 with Gunsmoke, The Last Apache.
Sweet. We were all waiting for that one, too.
Bated breath.
The Last Apache. Okay.
He appeared in 15 episodes of the soap opera Santa Barbara between 84 and 91. Wilson was cast in a recurring role on Generations, appearing in 8 episodes in 1990. Shortly after his appearance on Jake and the Fat Man in 1992, Wilson retired from acting.
Well, when you do prestige TV like Jake and the Fat Man, where else you got to go but down?
He actually started working in the trade show business and did very well for himself. But the siren song of Hollywood is strong, and Wilson started acting again, making appearances in 2 TV movies in 2016. The Wrong Roommate, starring Dominique Swain, Eric Roberts, and Vivica A. Fox.
Okay.
It was one of the series of The Wrong movies produced by Vivica A. Fox.
We've talked about these before.
We have talked about this before.
They're very popular.
Last time we talked about, I don't remember when we had Vivica A. Fox in a movie, but we definitely talked about her.
Was it, it must have been Independence Day.
Oh, I think you're right, yeah. But yeah, she's done a ton of these. He was also in A Husband for Christmas, starring Vivica A. Fox and Eric Roberts.
Oh, that team everybody was clamoring for.
Just bated breath.
I like Vivica A. Fox.
Oh, she's great. She's great.
I will always love Eric Roberts for his turn in The Pope of Greenwich Village.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. They took my thumbs, Charlie. They took my thumbs.
Robert Brian Wilson would come back in 2023, acting again in a series of TV movies. He most recently can be seen in The Wrong Marriage, another Vivica A. Fox production.
Well, he's found his niche.
Yeah.
Christmas Killer and Vivica A. Fox.
I mean, he's a good... I mean, I don't think that Silent Night, Deadly Night necessarily showed his acting skill.
Oh, there's a lot of range.
But he's a handsome dude, and I think he could have had a bigger career.
Sure, he was likable. He was good looking. It's very rare to have a slasher movie where the killer is so prominent and part of the cast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see him, and he's a good looking kid, and this is basically the 80s truncated version of PTSD.
Yeah.
You should have walked farther when he walked it off.
Yeah. Lilyan Chauvin was cast as Mother Superior.
He is a very bad boy.
She's so weird. She's so good in this, but she's so weird.
She was one of those actors that was always good in what she was in.
Yeah.
Because she was French and severe looking, she always had kind of an air of mother superiority. She was very good at playing authority figures and such.
Yeah. She was born in Paris. She started in broadcasting, but really wanted to be a lawyer. When her earnings outpaced her parents' income, she decided to stick with show business.
Yeah, who needs to be a lawyer?
Can you imagine that? Coming home and being like, you guys only make that much?
Ugh.
Ugh.
I'm moving out of this shithole to get my own place.
She moved to New York in 1952 and studied with Uta Hagen at the Actors Studio.
Okay.
She was already proficient in Spanish, German, Italian, and Russian, but studied English at the Berlitz School of Languages and watched American films every day to improve her English.
People who have a
Polyglots?
thing for languages, that fascinates me. It's just they must have an ear.
Yeah.
For words.
For words. She became so good at languages, she started teaching and would get sent out to actors to teach accents.
Oh, nice. She was a dialect coach.
She was. Chauvin worked steadily on stage in New York and started working in television, including Studio One, the anthology TV show. She then moved to Los Angeles and started getting work in film. Chauvin made her first motion picture appearance in Lost, Lonely, and Vicious in 1958.
Ooh.
That same year, she appeared in the Elvis Presley picture King Creole. She would also appear in another Elvis Presley movie, Tickle Me, in 1965.
That movie just runs out. Come on, tickle me.
Tickle me.
Tickle me.
Tickle me.
Come on, Frenchie. Tickle me. Tickle me, Frenchie. Come on. On my belly. Tickle my belly.
She started working constantly, appearing in the Mephisto Waltz in 1971, Funny Lady in 1975, Private Benjamin in 1980, Born in East LA in 1987, Predator 2 in 1990.
Listen to our Predator 2 episode.
Universal Soldier in 1992, The Man Who Wasn't There in 2001, and Catch Me If You Can in 2002.
Those are all mostly pretty good movies.
Yeah, she was in a lot more than that, but I chose the ones I actually knew.
Yeah, well, those are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Born in East LA is suspect, but it was pretty good. It was fun.
It's Cheech Marin.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it was good, but it was fun.
Anytime you base a movie on a song,
yeah,
it's going to start thin, and
yeah,
you ain't going to put a lot of agar in it, if you know what I mean. Little cooking reference.
Agar?
Yeah, agar, thickener.
Yeah, okay.
Thickens sauces and things.
What? No.
Agar.
Okay. While working in all those films, Chauvin also had recurring roles on TV, on Days of Our Lives, Mission Impossible, General Hospital, and Falcon Crest. She also made guest appearances on
Adventures of Superman, Combat, Black Sheep, Friends, ER, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, Tyson, Malcolm in the Middle, Alias, CSI, Ugly Betty, The X-Files, and Murder, She Wrote.
She also started directing episodes of The Young and the Restless, as well as a bunch of stage plays.
Wait, Tyson, is that the Tyson cartoon? The Mike Tyson cartoon?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was going to say, that's pretty cool.
In her later life, Chauvin became a prominent acting and directing coach in Los Angeles, teaching at UCLA and USC. Many of her techniques have become instrumental teaching tools within the industry and have provided inspiration to many other successful educators.
Excellent.
This led to her creating a TV show called Hollywood Structured, a comprehensive guide to show business careers, which she explored various facets of the business by interviewing industry professionals.
That's really helpful.
Yeah, she seemed like a really good person.
I've never heard of it, but that seems really helpful.
It ran in the early 90s, but it was like something, I think it just ran probably like on KCAL or whatever, but it was something that someone could watch and go, oh, okay, like I understand more what this job is.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's, all who you know.
Right.
Is that what the whole thing was?
The whole thing. She would be like, so how did you get into business?
Okay, so listen, this is the thing. You know to meet people. Now, why do I sound like
I don't know.
What's her name? The First Lady.
I want to say the code map.
In the 1960s, Chauvin was diagnosed with breast cancer, which she would battle intermittently for the following 4 decades.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We have said before, and we'll say it again, F cancer, but cancer is so insidious because even if you think you're done with it, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just keeps coming back.
It's crazy.
It is so destructive and awful.
Yeah. She died at her Studio City home on June 26, 2008, at the age of 82. Her death was attributed to complications from breast cancer and congestive heart disease.
I mean, living to 82 with all of that going on is remarkable, but how much pain did she go through in those last few decades? I mean, my God.
Gilmer McCormick was cast as Sister Margaret, the one voice of reason in the movie.
That poor woman, man. That poor woman.
She was so good in this. It's one of those I was like, I feel like I should have seen you in more stuff.
I like sleeping at the police station.
They're so cute.
Just trying to get her little habit head it was all like she had bed habit. She had to kind of mush it around.
Yeah. McCormick was part of the original cast of Godspell, which started as a student project at Carnegie Mellon, which she was attending.
She was destined to play a nun.
Yeah. It made it to Off-Broadway in 1971. She made her feature film debut in Squares in 1972, a love story set in the rodeo.
Nice. Your favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Love stories. Rodeo love stories.
Anything in the rodeo that's in your wheelhouse.
Yep. That same year, she also was in Slaughterhouse-5, the Kurt Vonnegut adaptation.
Also about rodeos.
Because funny enough, rodeos in space.
Not my first rodeo. That was the first time anybody said that was in Slaughterhouse-5.
Wow. In 1973, a film adaptation of Godspell was released with Victor Garber in his feature film debut as Jesus.
Yeah, we just talked about him. And Godspell.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Godspell, her solo song was cut from the movie. Yeah. In 1979, she was starting over with Burt Reynolds, Jill Clayburgh, and Candice Bergen.
Ugh, that was the string of just weird Burt Reynolds movies that nobody wanted.
Yeah. The same year she was in Silent Night, Deadly Night, she appeared in The Burning Bed, the TV movie starring Farrah Fawcett.
That was when Farrah Fawcett became an actor. That's when people were like, okay, she knows what she can do.
In 1985, Gilmer McCormick retired from acting and eventually started teaching in Sherman Oaks. She's still teaching at 78.
Right on. I might take some classes with her.
Yeah. Britt Leach was cast as Mr. Sims. Oh. Good old getting shit-faced Mr. Sims.
I love this actor.
I just love as soon as the store closes, let's get shit-faced!
This is one of his bigger roles.
It is. It really is.
And he was so good at it. He looks like a cartoon.
He does, yeah.
And every time he is in a movie, he is super memorable. Whether it was just go through it.
Leach is a character actor who has that face that everyone knows. He's most recognizable as Anthony Michael Hall's plumber father in Weird Science and redneck hunter Reg in The Great Outdoors, who was hit by lightning 7 times.
Gary! He's our son, Gary! Look at the picture!
What are you talking about?
I don't want the son. Crazy.
So great.
It's Gary!
He also appeared as one of the trailer park residents in The Last Starfighter.
Listen to our Last Starfighter episode. He was great in that. But he's always memorable. You always remember him and his character.
When first living in L.A., Leach shared an apartment with Ray Manzarek and Jim Morrison of The Doors.
Oh my God, that must have been just interminable to have Jim Morrison as your roommate.
I think even worse would be Ray Manzarek with his organ. Ray,
did you give it a rest, Ray?
It's 3:00 in the morning, Ray.
Sorry, man. the son of hell.
See, it's the only way I can express myself is through my organ.
Hey, you want to try some of this crazy stuff I got from a Native American in Okinawa?
Ray will play the organ while you take it.
Yeah, nothing like being on acid and listening to the pipe organ.
Oh, God. Yeah. Britt Leach was probably just sitting back like, who the hell are these guys?
I got to get famous to get the F out of here.
Leach made his feature film debut in Fuzz in 1972, starring Burt Reynolds, Yul Brynner, Raquel Welch, and Tom Skerritt.
Another one of those weird, it was like Fuzz and Mother Jugs and Speed. There were these weird Raquel Welch movies that were these odd comedies.
Yeah. Burt Reynolds was in a lot of weird comedies in the 70s.
He was in a lot of shit, man. Burt Reynolds did not know how to say no.
No, he worked constantly. On TV, he is probably most recognized for his recurring role as Easy Jackson on The Waltons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think I've ever seen The Waltons. He also made appearances on
The Brady Bunch, The Partridge Family, Insight, Bonanza, Hawkins, Three's Company, Tales from the Crypt, and Newhart.
He left acting in the early 90s. His final film role was an uncredited appearance in the 1991 film Father of the Bride, in which his character, a supermarket assistant manager, confronts Steve Martin's character for making a scene in the supermarket and has him imprisoned for it.
Nice.
Why it was uncredited? By that point, he was a very established actor.
Maybe he just didn't want credit.
From 1992 to 1999, Leach was co-editor and publisher of Country Connections, an award-winning bi-monthly magazine which covered environmental and progressive social issues.
Uh-oh. Hippie.
He's also written poems.
Okay, now he probably loved living with Ray Manzarek.
Probably.
Now I just picture him and Jim Morrison. Hey, Jim, I wrote another poem. I wrote another poem, too. Here, you read my poem, and I'll read your poem. Okay.
And then Ray Manzarek would play the organ as loud as possible.
Let me turn your poems into a song.
In 2007, Leach did not renew his membership in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and wrote of his frustration with DVD screeners in a satirical piece on his website.
Okay, what?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I think that he... I don't know. I tried to find the thing, but I could not find it.
Because
his screed against DVD screeners.
Well, maybe he was pissed about people getting kicked out for losing the screeners. I can't imagine him being upset that there were screeners.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe they're bad for the environment.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know.
Look, I like this guy.
He currently resides in Sherman Oaks with his wife, Catherine Roberts Leach, who is a photographer. I don't know what he's doing. I tried to find stuff since 1999 when his magazine folded. No idea what he's been doing for the last 26 years.
Britt, you're our neighbor.
Yeah.
We'll have you and your wife over for dinner. Let's get together and find out what you've been doing. We're huge fans.
He's so good. He's so good. It's just shocking that he just left acting. He was just like, all right, whatever.
Look, I get it. Character acting is tough because the parts aren't that big. You don't get paid that much.
But he was working steadily.
Right.
I mean,
it just wasn't fulfilling.
I don't.
It's a very superficial and awful business once you get inside of the business.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of people we've learned from doing this show just don't like it and want out.
Yeah, that's true.
They have souls and they want to do something good for the world.
Yeah, which is why he started publishing a magazine about environmental issues.
Exactly. He had bigger ambitions than, going to Diddy's parties.
Right.
Although from what I heard, he was at a lot of the freak-offs.
Yeah.
He and his wife.
Him and Diddy's son hanging out together.
Oh, oof.
Yep. Nope, we're not talking about that.
Nope.
Linnea Quigley was cast as Denise. She was the high school
babysitter that Quigley Down Under was based on, right?
Yes. Well, that was the guy who was going Quigley Down Under.
Oh,
that was, I don't remember his name, Ted or something.
Yeah.
She had possibly in this movie one of the coolest deaths I've ever seen in a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was pretty crazy.
She also had some of the most gratuitous nudity.
Oh, my God. She was naked almost her entire role.
Well, here's what makes no sense, right? So the little girl comes down. They're on the pool table, which, first of all, that's going to ruin the felt.
Yeah.
You don't do it on the pool table.
No.
Especially if you're babysitting somewhere. Because, the old man's going to see either rips or stains or whatever. You're never going to work again. So they're doing it on the pool table.
Yeah.
The little kid comes down. She's like, oh, shirt on. you know?
Yeah, yeah.
The kid's not even in the room. She's just like, okay, go back to bed.
Go away.
Then there's something with the cat or whatever, and she just goes flip-flop-looping upstairs, opens the door, boobies out.
Boobs out. Boobs out.
Boobs are flopping.
Quigley was born in Davenport, Iowa, and moved to Los Angeles in the late 70s. While working at Jack LaLanne's health spa, she was encouraged by her friends to try modeling and also began taking acting classes and learned to play the guitar.
Do you remember how huge Jack LaLanne was?
Yes.
This old fitness man who was like pulling boats with his teeth. I mean, it was just crazy, this old guy.
He was very healthy.
I'm Jack LaLanne. Order some of my workout videos. Watch me do 75 push-ups on my fingertips.
Drink some of my juice.
Drink my juice. I'm 1,000.
I'm literally 1,000.
Thank you, Cthulhu.
Her feature film debut was the 1978 sex comedy Fairy Tales, playing Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
Quigley made her horror debut in Graduation Day in 1981.
That's a good one.
I don't think I've ever seen it. In 1984, along with Silent Night, Deadly Night, she also appeared in Savage Streets, the teen vigilante exploitation film starring Linda Blair.
Nice. From The Exorcist.
Yes. She started to act. In 1985, Quigley appeared in The Return of the Living Dead as a teenage punk and gained Scream Queen status.
She is, to this day, still huge. People love her.
Oh, yeah. She started acting in a ton of B-movie home video horror films. She worked with David DeCotto on Creepazoids, Nightmare Sisters, and Sorority Babes, and the Slimeball Bolorama.
That's my favorite, by the way. I love that title so much.
She worked with Kevin Tenney on Night of the Demons and Witch Trap. She works constantly.
Oh, yeah. She is royalty
in
the Scream Queen.
In the horror world. She is. Yeah.
Always at conventions, always there. I got to meet her once. She's super nice.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go, when my writing partner and I used to go to these kind of meet and greets things to kind of like try to network. We were bad at it. We were really bad at it.
Yeah.
But we went to this horror movie she was in. She was there and just could not have been nicer. Could not have been a nicer person.
Yeah. That's awesome. Aside from her acting career, Quigley is also a singer, forming the all-female band The Skirts in the early 1980s.
Cool title.
So great.
Name, I don't know.
Cool name, yeah. She's also an author, writing 3 books, the Linnea Quigley Bio and Chainsaw book in 1991.
That's pretty cool.
Skin in 1993, and I'm Screaming as Fast as I Can, My Life in B Movies in 1995.
That is such a good title.
Great title.
Yes.
I'm Screaming as Fast as I Can.
Which is funny because we mentioned, I think in the last show,
it was
Dancing as Fast as I Can.
I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can.
With Jill Clayburgh, who was also in this show.
Yeah. She's also an animal rights activist, vegan, and a member of PETA. She's still going strong in B-horror movies, having most recently appeared in The Devil's Disciples, which also featured Tony Todd and Bill Moseley. Oh. Both of them rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Hare was cast as Grandpa Chapman.
Good God. That scene. That scene is so effed up, by the way.
It is literally, I didn't realize till it was happening, but that literally was my worst nightmare as a child, was getting stuck in a room with an old person and them suddenly getting really serious about something. It's like, I don't want to talk to you.
So, Grandpa was in a catatonic state, and he doesn't speak. He just sits in a wheelchair and stares off into space. And like good parents do in this mental facility, I don't know.
A home. It's an old folks home.
They all leave to go do, I don't know, get snacks or whatever.
Right after saying, he's gotten worse.
He's gotten worse. Billy, you 7-year-old asshole, stay with him alone.
Your grandfather while we go leave and go somewhere else.
And then as soon as they leave,
Hey, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Listen to me, Billy. Santa Claus is not like what you think he is. Santa Claus is a killer. He's going to come after you, Billy. If you've done one bad thing, he'll kill you, Billy.
So the question is did he actually do that, or was it all in Billy's mind?
That's a good question.
Because I want to believe that Billy was just crazy.
Well, and it also, like, what is... So, the grandpa is lucid, but pretends to be catatonic all the time?
That's why I want to believe that it was probably in Billy's head.
You better run, Billy. Run when you see Santa. Run!
Oh, there's Mom and Dad.
Okay, so number one, they drove all the way up there, which apparently was like 14 hours away.
Yeah.
They drove all the way up there. They barely spent any time with him, left their kid alone while they went and did whatever the hell else.
Sure.
And then it's time to go.
Come on, Billy.
We spent our 10 minutes, time to go.
Say goodbye to Grandpa. We were here for 6 minutes. Let's get back on our 26-hour drive.
Did you have a nice time with your grandfather?
No. Grandpa told me about Santa Claus.
And in true movie fashion, Coincidence. Santa Claus shows up.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's great, too, that the kid, wasn't scared enough to not talk about it. He told his parents exactly.
He did, yeah.
And they're like, do you think you made it up? Do you think your dad can talk?
They didn't bother. Well, we should turn around. No.
Forget it.
Keep driving another 12 hours home for a 10-minute visit.
Santa's gonna kill us all.
Hare's film debut was in Alfred Hitchcock's The Wrong Man in 1956, starring Henry Fonda and Vera Miles.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember him.
He's great. Although he'd been making TV and stage appearances since the age of 15, he also made an appearance in the effect of gamma rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds in 1972.
Great title.
Paul Newman's third directing effort. Yeah, the effect of gamma rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds. Wow. I've never actually seen it. I have no idea if it's any good.
I've never seen it either, but now I want to. I didn't even know it existed.
It's one of those, I think it's a family drama.
But Paul Newman directed it.
It was, yeah, but it was based on a play. So, it was one of those, we're going to make a weird, yeah. He also appeared in The Rose in 1979, starring Bette Midler.
The movie that made her a star.
Oh, that's right, yeah. The Electric Horseman in 1979, starring Robert Redford and Jane Fonda.
Yeah, as a flailing rodeo dude.
Again, another rodeo movie.
And they put lights all over him and his horse and literally became the Electric
Horseman. Yeah.
God damn, movies were weird back then.
They were. He was in Enter the Ninja in 1981, starring Franco Nero.
Oh, the best of the bunch.
Oh my God, I am going to have to find this movie. I know I've seen it before, but I got to find it and watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
It's so bad. Perhaps Hare's best-known role is as Old Man Peabody in Back to the Future, who tries to shoot Marty McFly in the face.
Shoot him, Dad. He's an alien. Shoot him.
Listen to our Back to the Futures episodes.
Yeah, Back to the Futures.
Last month.
He was only in the one, so...
Well, you can still listen to all of them.
You should listen to all of them, but... Hare was also an active member of the Actors Studio, where he died of a heart attack on August 31st, 1997, during a rehearsal at the age of 81.
He died doing what he loves, man. Yeah. You can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, Actors Studio keeps popping up. A lot of Actors Studio people.
A lot of deaths at the Actors Studio, too. A lot of mysterious heart attacks and strokes. I'm doing the quoties. You can't see it.
On stage is tough. That's tough. There were a lot of other people in this movie. Most of them had only a small number of parts, so I didn't include a lot of the people.
Well, there was the one that I do want to mention was Tara Buckman, who played the mother.
Yes.
She was in a bunch of stuff.
She was in Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds and, what's it called? Not Shooter. Hooper.
Listen to our Cannonball Run episode.
Yes.
We talk about her.
Tara Buckman, yeah.
She wasn't in Cannonball Run 2. They got two other ladies for that.
Yeah.
But she must have been friends with...
she must have been a Reynolds fan. Or Reynolds
either a fan of his or Hal Needham.
Probably.
Because she ended up being in a lot of those movies.
Yeah. She was really good in this. Yeah, she was really good in this.
She was always great. Again, I feel badly for her for having to do the stupid, gratuitous booby scene.
Yeah. But, she was willing to do it, so...
For a Mormon born-again Christian, he was obsessed with boobies. I bet she didn't turn away from those scenes.
Yeah, no, I know. So principal photography took place in Utah. The Iris Toys building was a former hardware store, which was converted for the film.
It's ironic to me that one of the most controversial films was made in Utah, of all places.
Yeah. The building is still standing. I think it's actually a gym now.
Nice.
Yeah. Many of the kill scenes in the movie were actually directed by the editor, Michael Spence, due to Charles Sellier being uncomfortable with the amount of gore in the script.
I can't.
You think that reading the script and going, too much blood? Maybe somebody else should direct this.
Are you sure you want to direct this? Are you sure?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I? Yeah. Oh, God, what is all this red stuff? Is there going to be blood in this movie?
Well, I better put some more boobs in.
Oh, God, just call me when the boob scenes come up, okay? I'm going to be in my trailer.
I don't know. Maybe he had blackmail. He blackmailed them somehow. It just seems odd. It just seems so odd to me.
They were the guy that they could get.
I guess.
He was the guy that they could get. I mean, that's what it was. Because look, Grizzly Adams was effing huge.
Yeah. I mean, yes, that's true.
We got the Grizzly Adams guy. It was probably easier to get money with that,
Yeah.
It's just I don't think he understood what he was getting into.
No.
I'm directing a Christmas movie in Utah.
It's a Christmas movie.
There's a misprint here. It doesn't say Silent Night, Holy Night. It says Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think there's a typo.
Composer Perry Botkin Jr. improvised most of the score while watching a work print copy of the film on Betamax.
That's the most, 80s thing you could say.
Yeah. Afterward, he'd replay the tape with his work and add more layers and melody to polish it off.
Nice.
TriStar Pictures initially submitted Silent Night, Deadly Night to the MPAA 3 times, resulting in 3 successive X rating certificates.
What you gonna do is you gotta put in less blood and more boobs.
Yeah.
Give you the R.
After significant cuts were made to eliminate excessive violence and gore, the film was finally granted an R rating by the MPAA around November 2nd, 1984.
You know what's crazy? Watching these horror movies as we have this month, I think that these practical, even though they're goofy, but these practical effects are so much more jarring than the computer kills.
Yeah,
because it's like when heads explode. I mean, it's great to see all this. I'm a gore fanatic.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
Gore's fun.
But in Christmas Evil, the first sign of violence is one of the most jarring, violent things that I've seen in the longest time.
Yeah.
And it was obviously fake, but it doesn't matter.
But it was just so sudden.
Seeing a human hand put something in an eye.
Yeah.
Rather than because we've seen eyeball. I mean, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't know. I think it's quaint, but I also think that it's the visceral stuff is more effective if it's practical.
Well, the shot when the dad is falls out of the car, I think it was during one of the flashbacks that he was having, but the bullet wound in his head was actually oozing, and it was oh, that was done really well.
Yeah,
it was shocking.
The gore effects were really good. There was a couple that were continuous bleeding wounds.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Linnea Quigley being
oh my God, being
stuck on
impaled on a deer head.
On the antlers of a deer?
It was crazy.
She ain't playing any reindeer games tonight.
Advertising for the film all focused on Santa and his axe. The poster, print advertisements, and TV commercials all focused heavily on a serial-killing Santa.
If I remember correctly, the poster was kind of a silhouette-y thing of him with the axe down.
He's inside of a chimney, and you just see the axe essentially outside with his arm. The producers were more concerned about possible backlash for the depiction of the Catholic Church and didn't think that an axe-wielding Santa would be a big deal.
Well, the Catholic Church was yeah, that's exactly how we do it.
They were like, what? There's no lie. What? I don't understand.
This nun would be nun of the year if she was real.
We already nominated her for sainthood, even though she's a fictional character.
Yes.
Obviously, they were very wrong. Parents saw the commercials during prime time and immediately freaked out. A group was formed, Citizens Against Movie Madness, to protest the film.
Or CAM.
Why this movie and not Tales from the Crypt in 1972, which also depicted a crazed Santa, or Christmas Evil in 1980, which was most likely due to it never being in wide release. They freaked out about this movie.
Well, because it was the most mainstream marketed movie.
Yes.
And it was the
time. I mean, it
was also Santa Claus with an axe.
Well, and this was also around the time with the satanic panic craze, and people were geared up to protest.
Right. And I get, look, man, if I had a 5-year-old and they started asking questions, why does Santa Claus have an axe? Why is Santa Claus killing people? It would be so annoying. Santa Claus isn't real and he'll come kill you. I'd just be like, look, here's the deal. If you're naughty, Santa ain't grabbing his bag of toys and coming to our house. He's grabbing his axe.
Yeah.
And he's chopping.
So be nice.
So you better be good or you're getting chopped.
So
sweet dreams.
Be good for goodness sake.
Good for your soul's sake.
The TV advertisements were being played between family-friendly shows like Little House on the Prairie, so stations either pulled the advertising or delegated it to only airing at late night.
Yes, which makes sense.
Studio executives stayed away from the media when the controversy erupted.
Surprise.
Yeah. Scott Schneid was invited to discuss the film on Donahue, along with the group Mothers Against Movie Madness, but he turned it down.
Or MAM.
Yeah, which is another group. Writer Michael Hickey, on the other hand, accepted any request for an interview he got, including Entertainment Tonight.
Well, I'll do it.
He thought the controversy was absolutely hilarious and a lot of fun. He said,
I was in no way chagrined by the controversy. I thought it was great. This is a film that could have sunk like a stone and never been heard from again. And suddenly it was like leading the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. I didn't know how to take that.
After a well-received test screening at Los Angeles' Rosemead Theater on September 21st, 1984, TriStar Pictures had 400 prints of the film made for distribution. The film was released theatrically on November 9th, 1984, opening in 398 theaters in the Midwest and Northeast United States. Upon release, large crowds, mostly consisting of angry families, formed at theaters and malls around the nation to protest the film. Yep, at the film's East Coast premiere at the Interborough Theater in the Bronx, protesters picketed the theater and sang Christmas carols.
Could you imagine? Oh my God. You know that there was like mothers that were like, all right, Tommy, we're going to go protest.
Mom, come on, man. My friends are going to be there at the movies.
You're coming and you're protesting with me. This is garbage.
Additional protests took place in Milwaukee, while several theaters in Billings, Montana outright refused to exhibit the film. One protest organizer wrote,
"The film pretends something extremely violent, something terroristic about Christmas. It's an intrusion against something we hold sacred. Nobody should ever make us feel bad, just other people that we don't like."
I added that last part.
Yeah. In its first weekend, Silent Night, Deadly Night actually outgrossed A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nice.
Unfortunately, due to the outcry, TriStar pulled all advertisements 6 days after release.
What's so funny is now they would have doubled down. If they saw that.
Yeah. When I'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, it's funny because ever since then, every time you ever talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night, they literally took the controversy and used it as marketing.
Yes.
That's it.
Of course.
It's also interesting to note that TriStar was partially owned by Coca-Cola, who essentially defined Santa Claus for the modern age. Yeah, I mean, and this is why it's an intrusion against something we hold sacred. Literally, Santa Claus was invented by Coca-Cola. The image that we look at was invented by Coca-Cola in the 1890s.
Well, first of all, dum-dum, if you're holding it sacred, it's for Jesus. It's Jesus' damn birthday.
Wow.
It's not Santa
like
Claus's
you just hit
birthday.
the nail on the head, Jim.
It wasn't like they had Jesus. This is the horror movie I'm going to make, by the way, where Jesus comes back on the 25th and murders everybody who's just things in his name that he doesn't like.
I'd pay money for that.
Jesus. Second coming of Jesus.
The uproar intensified when Siskel and Ebert eviscerated the movie on their TV show. Siskel read the names of the companies that owned TriStar, ending with a righteous
"Shame on you."
It's to note that this is not the first time that Siskel did this.
F you, Siskel.
After Friday the 13th was released, he read off the addresses of the heads of Paramount Pictures and actor Betsy Palmer, telling viewers to write to them to complain.
What a sanctimonious piece of shit.
It is possibly the first doxing in history.
Yes, and it's F you, dude.
That
you.
is shitty.
That's why I never liked Siskel. I
Yeah,
never liked him.
Douchebag.
He was the villain of the two. That's why you watched it, to watch this little mealy mouth.
I don't know if I liked it.
Such a self-righteous prick.
Again, we hit the nail on the head. Ebert, he made a movie, found out it was hard, didn't do a good job, and was like, I'm going to be nice.
I have the utmost respect for the process.
Yes. And Siskel, bitter little man who never got to make a movie, just was jealous of everybody that did.
He was. Following the mounting public backlash against the film, it was withdrawn from numerous theaters within the first 2 weeks of its release.
Again, if this was today, they would have tripled the release.
Of course. By November 25th, 1984, it had been pulled from multiple theaters in Milwaukee, as well as at several locations throughout New York City and New Jersey after public protests were held, drawing hundreds of attendees.
I also just want to say that I don't agree with this. I don't agree with kowtowing to mobs and pulling your film. Yeah. I also don't agree with using controversy to make money.
Right, of course.
There's got to be a sweet spot in the middle.
Sure. It did, however, continue to screen longer in some cities, including Boston, where it ran theatrically for an uninterrupted 4 weeks and drew significant audience attendance.
Of course, everybody wanted to see the movie that was condemned by everyone.
Of course. Internationally, the film was banned in the UK and in most of Canada.
Yeah, look, even though we mostly celebrate Boxing Day, it's not a good look, Santa with an axe. No way,
Despite running for a shorter time than expected, the movie still made over $2.5 million against a $750,000 budget.
Success!
Execs thought that if they could have kept screening the film, it would have made well over $20 million.
Yeah, of course it would.
Yeah. The film was released on home video in 1985, and it gained enough interest that a sequel was made.
Oh, baby.
This was around the time when they started advertising it as the most controversial film ever.
Yes.
Lee Harry, who had not previously directed a film, was hired by the producers to re-edit the original Silent Night, Deadly Night into a quote-unquote new film intended as a sequel.
All right, you cheap sons of bitches.
That is possibly the worst thing I can think of. Along with co-writer Joseph H. Earl, Harry persuaded the studio to provide a budget of $250,000 and a 10-day shooting schedule for additional footage to be incorporated into the film's scenes.
Joseph H. Earl sounds like a serial killer.
He does. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 had a very limited theatrical release on April 10th, 1987, and was released on VHS in September. The movie focused on Ricky, Billy's brother, but contained over 25 minutes of the original film in the film.
Lazy!
It's literally mostly flashbacks. It's at least a good third of the movie. It's just flashbacks.
I hate that.
Yeah. Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out, was released straight to video on November 17th, 1989.
Wasn't
You Better Watch Out was
that
the name of the Christmas Evil movie.
Yeah.
It wrapped up the Billy Ricky storyline with Bill Moseley playing Ricky 6 years later, waking from a coma.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love him.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation, was released straight to video on November 21st, 1990. It has zero relation to the first three films, focusing on an LA reporter discovering a coven of Lilith-worshipping witches.
Okay.
It starred Maude Adams from Octopussy.
Of course it did.
As a used bookshop owner, and Clint Howard as a killer named Ricky, no relation to Ricky from the previous movies.
He kept saying that, too, inexplicably.
I'm Ricky, but no relation from Ricky from the other incident.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker, was released straight to video on November 7th, 1991. This one does go back to the slasher genre about a toy maker who makes killer toys.
Ooh.
The toy maker is played by Mickey Rooney, who ironically was a very loud vocal protester of the original film in 1984.
Well, here's the thing. When you're offered money, you take the money. I was the biggest star in the world.
Oh, God. Three characters, including the one played by Clint Howard in number 4, make appearances.
Well, this sounds like a banger.
A loose remake, Silent Night, had a limited theatrical release of 11 theaters on November 30th, 2012.
Oh.
11 theaters.
Why'd you even bother?
I looked it up, and it made like $13,000, and I was like, there's no way. And then I realized they literally released it in 11 theaters.
That's crazy.
It starred Jamie King as a cop hunting a Santa serial killer. Her father was played by Malcolm McDowell, and the killer Santa was played by Donald Logue.
Hey, this doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. It received mixed reviews, and it was released on video on December 4th. A reimagining called Silent Night, Deadly Night was released theatrically on December 12th, 2025, exactly 1 week ago.
Ooh.
It goes back to the source material, refocusing on Billy.
You know, when we planned this out, we didn't know. We just prophetic.
We literally had no idea. This is how good we are at this stuff.
Fingers on the pulse of the nation.
It had a modest box office debut. It opened to around $1 million domestically and grossed about 1.1 to 1.3. So it's not bad, and the ratings are in like the 70s.
Yeah,
so it's. I think it's been better rated than the others. I'm curious to see it.
Same.
It is about Billy, so it is kind of a remake of the first movie. So I'm curious to see what happens with it.
This is so weird to say, but this month has really reawakened my love for holiday horror movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'd much rather, maybe it's my state of mind or the state of the world or whatever, but I think I'd rather watch horror movies than...
It's hard to go back to A Christmas Story when I've watched Santa Claus murder a bunch of people.
You know, we watched the Bill Clark Bad Christmas, and we watched the Bob Clark. We watched the Bob Clark Bad Christmas and the Bob Clark Good Christmas.
Yeah.
And the Bad Christmas is Christmas Story because he shoots his eye out.
I mean, you see the way that Santa pushes him down the slide. That's awful.
Oh, with his foot in his face.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love A Christmas Story. It's
a bit of a horror movie.
It is. Well, you know, but it's a comedy. It's a black comedy.
No, it's great. But it was so much fun. I have a problem with this kind of protest stuff where people are like, I don't like it, so it shouldn't be anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you have your right to say what you want to say, and I get it, but...
Sure.
But it makes me want to see something more if it pisses people off. Like, you know, because there's got to be a reason. And look, compared to the movies today, this movie's pretty tame.
Yeah. It's not... I mean, I was more surprised by the boobs than I was by the violence. So
and this really... Look, this kid, it's not like the real Santa Claus is coming from the North Pole and murdering children.
Right.
This kid saw a a fake Santa who was a criminal kill his parents.
Yeah.
And he was traumatized by it. And instead of trying to heal the trauma, the Mother Superior just made it worse by shoving it in his face and making him sit on the Santa's lap. And,
he has to face his fears.
Yeah.
If he doesn't face his fears, he will never be a person for Christmas.
This is immersion therapy gone wrong.
yes.
Yes, like Geraldo Rivera.
But it's true, because at the end, like after he gets shot and the sheriff or whatever, the greatest gun stance ever.
Yeah.
Just full on, bang, bang, with his big ass gun. But after Billy gets shot, he was like, you don't have to worry about Santa Claus anymore. It's like he was sacrificing himself to save Ricky.
Yeah.
Who did not learn a thing.
No, apparently not.
And,
The sequel.
Was naughty.
I will have to say that that one cop needed to go to jail.
Oh my God, the one that shot. First they tried to shoot the dad coming into the house.
Oh yeah, first yes.
Just busting into the house, no explanation. The mom's just down there. She's like, "What is going on?"
Officer Barnes, I believe, played by Max Robinson.
Yes.
He bursts into the house, no warrant, no nothing.
Didn't say a word to her. She's like, "What is going on?" And they're just like, "Upstairs."
Luckily, he didn't shoot the
Immediately,
dad.
just started open fire.
Yeah. Well, he learned his lesson, because the next time he saw Santa, he didn't hesitate. He just shot in the back.
Well, he yelled at him, but Father Thomas or whatever was deaf.
Well, wouldn't you know that?
Convenient.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be aware if this is a small town and the orphanage?
But also, like, the fact that the Sister Margaret and the head cop or whatever, like, had to go out to the orphanage, and it took him like 14 hours to drive there. It was like they literally had an ambulance show up and pick up the dead father and then take him away, and they still didn't show up.
No.
Or he didn't even, Officer Barnes didn't get any backup at all. Like, it was just, like, very convenient.
It was it was so effed up, man. The dude murdered a priest in cold
front
blood.
of children.
In front of, it just caused another generation of trauma.
That was my suggestion, was Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 needed to be all those kids dressed up as Santa Claus like 5 years later, murdering the entire town.
Dressed up as elves.
Yeah.
You call it Santa's little helpers.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, and then but then after the murder too, round up all the kids, put them in the room, and it's just like, quiet, children. Quiet. Stop being sad.
Yeah.
This
quit
is Christmas.
Moping.
Stop it. That isn't Santa.
It's literally a father figure was murdered, and no.
The sweet deaf priest was murdered in front of you. Walk it off, children. Put on your galoshes.
We're gonna sing Christmas carols.
Shut up. We're going to sing. Play with your presents. Shut up. Shut your stupid little insipid mouths. Mother Superior. Good Christ.
Yeah. Not very Jesus-like. Holy moly.
No.
Ay. It's so good, though. Well, it's on Shudder. It's available on some other... you can watch it like on Tubi and stuff. But Shudder has it without commercials, and it looked fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was a very good print. It's not a very long movie.
No.
Like we said, you could really, in one night, do a triple feature of all of
You
these
should.
movies.
They're all really good.
And they're very... They've got similarities, but they're different enough that you're not going to get bored.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And they're all decent movies. Two of them I would say are really good. One I would say is brilliant.
Yeah.
Christmas Evil was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, it was done so well. It's one of the biggest surprises of the show for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know it existed, and it really affected me in a weird way. Like, I really liked it. And I've always liked Black Christmas. You know, Bob Clark was an exceptional director.
I find Black Christmas to be brilliant as well.
Yeah. No, I do. I think in terms of quote quotes slasher movies, it's very smart. It's very for the time. It's of the time.
Yeah.
It's very progressive. The female, I hate that word. The lady characters, which is even worse.
The women in the movie.
All right. The girls. Yes. The women in the movie are smart. They're independent.
Yeah.
They're not just dumb, bubbly boob showers.
No, not like Silent Night, Deadly Night.
If you want that, that's Silent Night, Deadly Night. But yeah, man. Oh, you got also great cast in all of them. I think that Silent Night, Deadly Night got kind of derailed and destroyed by this controversy.
Yeah.
And it's weird, and you're right. It's weird that no other Christmas movie kind of did that.
No.
But no other Christmas movie marketed Santa with an axe.
No.
Christmas Evil was kind of like a Christmas card.
Yeah.
It didn't look, sinister.
And Black Christmas did not feature a Santa Claus murdering people.
No. Santa Claus wasn't even a part of it.
No.
So that's why there was, I don't think any.
No.
But I think if you really want to make a horror movie about Christmas that's going to get this type of reaction, you have to do a movie where Jesus is the slasher.
Yeah.
Baby Jesus.
Well, he'd be justified for everyone using his name and for evil intentions.
But it has to be a baby.
Okay.
Jesus has to be a baby when he does it to make it super, super awful.
Right.
Because, it'll be cute to see a little baby with a big knife. It's like, well, how is he even holding it? Because he has the power of Christ.
Okay. All right. We'll be back next week with our Stepdad Show, wrap up our very scary Christmas.
Yeah. We'll also talk about some of our favorite things of the year. We're going to kind of wrap up the year as we come to a close. We're going to have a fun time on the show. And, man, we got a lot of really fun stuff cooking for next year.
We got some really good stuff coming up.
Some big surprises. We're going to change some stuff up. Oh, boy. 2026, you got to tune in, baby, because we're going to be threading the needle. Riding the line.
Yeah.
Punished! It's, and Jim who?
Jim.
Jordan?
Jim? Yeah.
Jim Johnson?
Jim.
Jim's Gym. I always wanted to open up a gym. Called Jim's Gym. I spell my name G-Y-M.
Jimmery.
I spell my name G-Y-M-E.
Jime? Mm-hmm. Jim's Jime?
Jim's Jime. Jim's Jijima.
Jime's Jim? Yeah. Okay, wow. Okay, that went off. Well, that went off the rails real fast.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, already in progress.